It was very sudden as far as I'm concerned. Just over the course of a day, I went from doing chores and getting in and out of the car and up and down the basement steps to just nothing.
We were unaware of what was happening, thought maybe he was low on potassium or something. And when we went in, we were in the emergency room for several hours, and they asked him if he could stand, and he says, I think so, if someone moves my legs around. And they moved his legs around, and he fell in a complete flat heap on the floor.
Lawrence and Mary Boehm were both retired and enjoying the fruits of their labor when a debilitating disease struck Lawrence.
With that, they diagnosed Guillain-Barré.
There's an antibody that forms in the blood that dissolves the myelin, which is a nerve coating. Just like you have a coating or you have a cable with a bunch of small wires in it. That coating comes off of those small wires, and then everything is a jumble. I thought, well, what if I'm like this the rest of my life? It happens. You're not. No one's immune from anything like that. And just one day you have it, and one day you don't. It's gone.
Having found their way to North Point, the Americare Skilled Nursing Center in Paola, Kansas, Lawrence and Mary struck out on a mission that one day he might be able to go back home. And they found a willing partner in the staff at North Point.
I had to be lifted in and out of bed and in and out of my wheelchair. Tim was my physical therapist, and Connie was my occupational therapist, and they came every day, and we did all kinds of exercises, and they were very positive about that. And I've made good strides. Connie was going to put some kind of tape on the rim so I could push it, and I said, I don't think I need that. And she was fiddling around trying to get this tape out, and I just started pushing it, and she cried like a baby. But that was a big deal when I was able to push myself in my wheelchair.
They helped his spirit, which was a very important thing when you have a disease like this, to try to keep the spirit up. And we felt like part of their family, we really did. We were totally away from home for 544 days. I kept track of it. And so when we got to go home, I actually mentioned in the back of church like a week or so before everybody, how's Lawrence doing? I said, well, I think we're going home. And I said, believe me, if I had the money, I would take him home in a limousine. Okay, one of the little therapist's mother happened to hear this. She went back and told the therapist. The therapist took up a collection, and we had a limousine at the front door to take us home.
I walked out, and that black limo was parked there, and I said, well, whose funeral is it?
So they had a bouquet of roses for us, and the man in the limousine went on and donated his services. We had like 35 people in our front yard when we arrived home. We were all crying. It was like they were very happy for him.
I didn't think I'd be down this long, and I thought, you keep looking forward, well, in 2 or 3 months we'll be better, And we're, as I say, we've come a long way. Life now is just like any time. It's kind of what you make out of it. We just kind of tend to forget the bad and just look toward the good.